Welcome back to another video, Rams Nation. This video is coming out a little late. Sorry, I've been a little sick. I don't know if you can tell. Some people say I sound sick, some people say I don't. But anyways, the Rams are coming off of a 51-17 win over the New York Giants to improve to a 6-2 record, and the Houston Texans are coming off of a 20-14 defeat to the Colts, and they move to 3-5. Just like any video, I compare team stats right off the bat, and the Rams averaged 32.9 points per game, which is first in the NFL. The Texans averaged 28.6 points per game, and that is third in the NFL. But that number will decline over the second half of the season because the Texans' star rookie quarterback, Deshaun Watson from Clemson, that's where I go, he tore his ACL, which is upsetting because he was off to a bright start to his career. But yeah, so they're third in the league in scoring, but that should decline with him because Tom Savage is not the same as Deshaun Watson. Now, points allowed per game, the Rams allow 19.4 points per game, and the Texans allow 26 points per game, and that is third most allowed in the NFL. So the Rams, you know, the highest scoring team, are going to take advantage of that. Now, pass yards per game, the Rams average 250.2, and the Texans average 224.8. And rush yards per game, the Rams have 131.9, and the Texans have 132.8, which is fourth in the NFL. But like I said earlier, Deshaun Watson's a mobile quarterback, and he's part of that reason that they have that many rush yards. Lamar Miller is a good running back. The Rams have one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL, so the Rams are going to have to toughen up there. In total yards per game, the Rams have 382.1, which is third in the NFL, and the Texans average 357.5 yards per game. As far as injuries go, the Rams are one of the healthiest teams in the NFL, but this week they do have a couple injuries that are notable. Connor Barwin, Andrew Whitworth, John Sullivan, and Mark Barron all got rest this week. Usually Barwin, Whitworth, and Sullivan, they normally get their rest, but Mark Barron also had that knee or hamstring injury, so they're probably going to give him rest for that reason. And Malcolm Brown, backup running back to Todd Gurley, is out indefinitely with an MCL injury. We wish him to get better. And tight end Derek Carrier is doubtful with a hamstring injury, and Robert Quinn is doubtful with an illness. I don't know what the illness is, but you probably don't have to rush him to play. You know, he's been injured over the past couple years anyways, and I think the Rams are going to dominate in this one, so I don't really think he really needs to play. And as far as the Texans go, like I said earlier, star rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson is out for the year with a torn ACL. He tore that 2 weeks ago. Star defensive end J.J. Watt broke part of his leg. It was like in his tibia. And linebacker Whitney Merciless is out with a pectoral injury, and he's out for the season. That is their equivalent to our Jared Goff, Aaron Donald, and Alec Ogletree. So obviously they are missing their key pieces on their team. And defensive end Joel Heath is out with a knee injury, and linebacker Dylan Cole is out with a hamstring injury. What are the keys for the Rams to win this game? Well, there are a few things that they're going to have to do. They're going to have to force the Texans to pass the ball with backup quarterback Tom Savage. An early lead will help this. If the Rams jump out to a 10-point, 14-point lead in the first quarter, they're going to have to pass to get back into the game. And also, like I said earlier, the Texans have one of the top rush offenses in the league, and some of that was because of Deshaun Watson, but they have one of the best rush offenses in the league, and so we want them to pass with Tom Savage. We do not want them to run. We're gonna have to get after Tom Savage as well. They just traded left tackle Dwayne Brown to the Seattle Seahawks, who actually got hurt in the Thursday night game, which was last night. And excuse me. What corners are going to have to step up against this wide receiving core? They have DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller, two wide receivers who can get past our defense. Will Fuller has 4.3 speed. He has 7 touchdowns in 5 games. He also had 7 touchdowns in 4 games with Deshaun Watson. His numbers declined last week with Watson out, but we cannot get beat by either, so we cannot be too aggressive. Joyner, Johnson are going to have to stay back. Going to have to watch out for them. We're going to have to spread the sugar on offense. Same offensive game plan as last week against the Giants. I think Jared Goff's going to have to spread the ball to Watkins, maybe a little bit more. I would like to see that. Robert Woods, Gerald Everett, get him more involved. He hasn't been doing much lately. He got 1 reception last week. But spread the sugar, get everyone some touches. The Texans allow the third most points in the NFL per game. So the Rams are going to have to spread the sugar, run the ball with Todd Gurley, score a lot of points, and they should win. Now on to my predictions for this game. I believe Jared Goff will put up NFL Offensive Player of the Week numbers again like he did last week. He won NFC Offensive Player of the Week with 311 yards and 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I expect another performance like that from him. Like I said, the Texans have one of the worst, well, I wouldn't say one of the worst, but they let up the third most points in the NFL per game. I think the defense will force at least 3 turnovers. And back to the keys to win. The Rams are undefeated when they win the turnover battle, and they are 0-2 when they lose it. So that's another key. Hold on to the ball and don't turn it over. That's the key to any game. But I believe the Rams will force 3 turnovers. And I believe Watkins will have a coming out game. I expected him to have it last week, but I think the Rams, since they scored 51 points and since they won by 34 points, I don't really think they needed to give him the ball that much. But he did have a 67-yard touchdown last game. I expect him to go off against the Houston Texans, who have the most of his former teammates, and Clemson Tigers, which I have here, Clemson football, representing my orange, obviously. Deshaun Watson's out, but DeAndre Hopkins, him and Sammy Watkins back in the Clemson days were a very good tandem to have, but I think Watkins will put a show on for his family. And my bold prediction for this game is that DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller will combine for less than 40 yards. I think we will shut them down. Like I said earlier, we can't let them get past us. I think the Rams will shut them down. Both are absolutely lethal targets, but I think the Rams will get to Tom Savage. I think the Texans are not going to be able to throw it deep to them, and I think we'll shut them down. And that's my bold prediction. The last time that these two teams met was on October 13th of 2013, 4 years ago. The Rams won 38-13, and Sam Bradford was 12 of 16 for 117 yards and threw for 3 touchdowns. And Alec Ogletree scored a 98-yard touchdown off of an interception from Matt Schaub, and the Texans had 4 turnovers, and the St. Louis Rams at the time had 0 turnovers. Like I said, that is the key to winning the game. That brings me to my score prediction for this game, and it's pretty ironic. I think the Rams are going to score a lot of points. I think the Texans are not going to score a lot of points, and I have it being the same score as their last meeting, 38-13. I just think that the Texans aren't going to be able to score many touchdowns. I think they'll have a garbage time touchdown, just like the last meeting. Actually, they scored a touchdown with 3 minutes left, and that was their only touchdown of the game. I think the Rams are just going to rack up a lot of points. Texans don't score that much, and that's my prediction for this game. Rams move to 7-2, and they will once again be on the top of the division. The Seahawks won last night and are 6-3. The Rams are 6-2. If the Rams lose, they move to second again because the Seahawks on the tiebreaker. But if they win, they move to 7-2 and are sole possession of first place. That's it for this video, Rams Nation. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient this week since it's a little late. Like I said, I'm a little sick. I'm sorry about that. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, comment, share with your friends. Let's go Rams. Let's retake this division lead again, or I mean maintain it, I guess. 7-2 sounds really nice. Let's go Rams.